Hello there guys, what's going on? It's Tico here bringing you guys another video for Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. A lot of people are requesting me to do tutorials for some more characters, so I decided to do a tutorial for one of my favorite characters in Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. I might do a few tutorials later for Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 HD, but for now let's stick to Infinite World. Infinite World Broly is probably one of my favorite characters to play as when it comes to this game. He's like a high tier character. I think by far he is one of the characters that does has the most damage potential in the game, especially when you get to his transformation. But first things first, let's go ahead and go over his combos and stuff, and then let's see how we can put them into battle to to make it work all together in one. So the first cancel I will go over, and like always, if you don't know how to cancel, if you don't know how to do combos, you're wondering how to do this, you can check the video description. There will be a link to my official video that actually has a combo tutorial on it that teaches you how to cancel. So if you don't know how to cancel, you can follow that in the description. So we can go ahead and go to the first cancel I want to show for Broly. This one I'm going to show it for this Broly, for the regular untransformed Broly, and then every other cancel I will show it with Broly being all the way transformed to Legendary Super Saiyan. So the first cancel I want to show just for this specific form is forward square, triangle, triangle. Now this is a cancel that most characters that are Saiyans in these games they share. The forward square, triangle, triangle. Goku has it, Goten has it, Goku GT has it, Vegeta has it. So this is a cancel that whenever it comes to this specific untransformed Broly, the regular Super Saiyan Broly, it goes ahead and the last kick is like a kick where he actually does like a full turn around, like a backflip. I don't know what exactly he does, but that last kick right there is it's a very slow frame. It gives you like the low down where he makes a huge circle with his foot, with his leg, gives you like a very small frame in which you can cancel, and you can actually only connect a couple attacks there. So you actually gotta wait till the whole thing goes around all the way to the top, and then that's where you cancel. Right there. And I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder, but it's thundering outside right now when I just started doing this video. So if you hear thunder, do not worry, the world is not coming to an end. It's always raining over here. So he always does that every time you want to do this cancel. And the moment you guys see right there that the foot reaches all the way up top in the 90-degree angle up top, that's exactly, it only gives you like a split second after that where Pycon is still stunned from your attack. So in that moment, that's where you gotta click a square, or you gotta click back triangle, or triangle. I think triangle might also work. Alright, let's see it with square. There we go, square connects. This specific combo, specific cancel, I don't like to do it. Mainly the reason I'm showing it first is because it's the only cancel that is different from all the others, that has like a different movement, a different cancel frame and cancel timing from when Broly is all the way transformed. Otherwise, every other cancel that Broly has works the same for both forms, except this one. This one is very slow on the last kick for the untransformed Broly, the regular Super Saiyan Broly. But whenever we go to Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, it becomes like a faster one. Right there. So it gives you plenty of time. As you guys can see, the enemy is still stunned right there for like a full second the moment you end the last kick. It actually does like a three-way kick. Hits him with the knee twice. Hits him with the knee second, and then it hits him with the tip of the foot. So that's a pretty cool one. So that's the first cancel. Forward square, triangle, triangle. Next up we got triangle, 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 which is the four triangles, like 4 KKKK. It's not the KKKK, not the Ku Klux Klan. I always see people making comments about me saying KKKK. But this is the regular cancel where you click triangle, kick 4 times, you hold it at the end, and you see Broly right there cancel it whenever his foot reaches up top. You cancel it right there. Next up we got square, 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 which is regular punch. So you just punch all the way and it cancels out. Right there. Right there. Right there. That's the next one. Next up we got back triangle, triangle, which is this. So let's actually go ahead and focus those 4 all in one. Let's go ahead and reset character so we can he doesn't get fatigued. Let's do back triangle, triangle, then triangle, 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 then square, square, square. Alright, right there. Now, the back triangle, I'm not quite sure, but I believe the back triangle might not work with forward square, triangle, triangle. Let's try it out. There we go, that's what I figured. Whenever it comes to Broly, Broly's actually one of the few characters in this game that there's a couple combos, a couple cancels that do not work with other cancels. Specifically speaking, if I press back triangle, triangle, square, 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 and then follow it up with regular triangle, triangle, it actually does work. Let's go ahead and send him back to the ground. Like this. All 3 of those work in conjunction, but if we go ahead and mix up the back triangle, triangle with the regular forward triangle, forward square, triangle, triangle, then you'll see it actually makes the enemy bounce in the air. So let's go ahead and do forward square, triangle, triangle, then do back triangle. It makes the enemy go flipped airborne, and that's not a good thing. We actually don't want that. We don't want the enemy to flinch from our combo. So back triangle, triangle, and forward square, triangle, triangle do not work at the same time in the same combo. They do not work whatsoever. As you guys can see. So whenever you're thinking about doing combos with Broly, you got to keep in mind that those 2 do not work in the same combo string. So you got to keep that in mind. That is very important. Another one that doesn't work at the same time is the next cancel I'm going to show is forward triangle, square, square. Right there. This one right here does not work. I believe it does not work with the regular square, 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 square. So if you do square, 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 square like this, the reason why they do not work, look at the last cancel, the last motion that Broly does. You see it right there where he puts his arm up all the way and goes like as if he's gonna punch you in the face whilst he's charging it. That one has the same ending, the same animation ending as the regular forward square, forward triangle, square, square. So square, 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 and forward triangle, square, square, both got the same ending animation for the hit. And whenever 2 animations collide and they're the same animation for different hit strings, they collide with each other, and that's what makes it to where they do not work. Same thing with the back triangle, triangle with forward square, triangle, triangle. That's why those other two do not work. So if you try to do both of these at the same time, it makes it flinch and makes it go airborne. Just like the back triangle, triangle, forward square, triangle, triangle, and then these ones, square, 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 forward triangle, square, square. Both of those combinations do not work with each other. So whenever you're doing one or the other, keep that in mind. Keep in mind that they do not work with each other. So that is very important, because if you don't keep that in mind whenever you're trying to do the combos mid-battle, it's gonna screw you over and you're gonna get hit, because you're gonna flinch. You're gonna flinch your combo. Your combo's gonna be dropped. So let's go ahead into another cancel. This is a cancel that actually puts the enemy airborne. So this one's pretty useful to start up an infinite. So let's go ahead and do it. Back square, square, triangle. Right there. You cannot do it twice in a row, because if you press back square while the enemy is airborne, it pushes him away instead of keeping him close to you. That's also another thing you gotta keep in mind. So try never to press back square while you got the enemy airborne, the opponent airborne. So that right there is very important for whenever you start an infinite. We also have another one that also works. It's another cancel, square triangle, right there. I believe square triangle is also one of those cancels that does not work with, let me see exactly which one it is. Let's see, square triangle. Alright, let's try it. There we go, that's the one. Okay, so square triangle is another short cancel. It's actually the best cancel that Broly has in this game. Square triangle is his fastest cancel. And this one also does not work in conjunction with forward square, triangle, triangle. It makes it go airborne because the last hit, the last kick animation is exactly the same for both hit strings, for both button presses. So I think that it should be pretty much the basic stuff for Broly. He has a couple stunts like back square, square. Right there, it stuns the opponent for a second. We also got forward triangle triangle, which puts the enemy airborne. So this one you can use it to start up a combo, to start up an airborne combo, just like back square square triangle, right here. So those are the main things you want to know how to do with Broly. Next up, I want to show you guys like the infinites, and also let's go ahead and show you this. This one right here is a cancel that also works on the ground, but I mainly only keep it for airborne. A square 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 triangle is also a derivative of the regular square square square. This one has the same ending as forward square triangle triangle, so both of those do not work in the same one, as you guys can see. So you always got to keep that in mind. Got to keep in mind the ones that do not work with ones or others. This is the reason I always stick to doing the same ones. Another cancel that we got is square square triangle. This one right here. Two squares, triangle. 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 We also got another one, another stun that's actually pretty cool. Triangle, triangle, square, square. Triangle, triangle, hold. And this one is actually a little bit tricky. I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. If you press triangle, triangle, square, it makes the opponent get stunned for like a full second. If you press triangle, triangle, square, and then a second square, it pushes the enemy away. Now this is where it gets cool. If you press triangle, triangle, and then you hold square, it actually still stuns the opponent, since the opponent was stunned enough from pressing two regular triangles, which also stuns. Two regular triangles also stun. It gives you plenty of time to hold the first square that you press right after to stun the opponent again. Now going back to pressing triangle, triangle, and two squares, where it pushes the opponent away, one cool thing you can do is press triangle, triangle 2 times, then hold square the first time, and hold square the second time. So you gotta hold both squares down until they finish charging all the way. Like that. And both of them will actually repeat the same animation and actually stun the enemy. So that's actually a pretty cool thing. So you can do this. If you press the first one fast and then you hold the second one, you can do it like this. So there's like 3 ways to do it. Like this. Like this. Or you can do like this. So there's different ways of doing it. So it depends on how long you hold it, but the one you always got to hold is the last one. If you don't hold the last one, then nothing will happen, because he'll just push the enemy away. So let's go ahead and kick this guy to the ground so he can get up. Thank you. Alright, so whenever it comes to combining all these things in one, I'll show you my favorite hit string. My favorite hit string to do in this with Broly is square square triangle, back triangle triangle, triangle triangle triangle, and forward triangle square square. All 4 of those cancels work in one. So let's do them together, and they work in pretty much any order. So back triangle triangle, triangle triangle triangle, square square triangle, forward triangle square square. Let's do it a little bit quicker so all the cancels connect. Alright. So what I did at the end, after I did 4 of those cancels, I finished it out by my 5th cancel was the back square square triangle. This one right here. So I did the 4 cancels that I showed, and I did back square square triangle at the very end, which puts the enemy airborne. A quick way to do a finisher with Broly is to go ahead and do this: back square square triangle, cancel it out right there, and the moment you cancel it out, you press forward square 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 like this, which is going to put the enemy higher up in the air, even if they're already airborne, which allows you enough time to do your gigantic press. So let's go ahead and show you this again. So back square square triangle, cancel, and then forward square square square, and then back circle to do your gigantic press. So right there from the front, I did 992 damage. Gigantic press being a physical hit depth move does more damage from the back than it does from the front. So if I do this move from the front, let's go ahead and get on this side. It does 630 damage. If I do it from the back, however, it does 787 damage. So keep that in mind since it's a physical hit death move. I also want to show you how to start up an infinite. Well, not to start up an infinite, I already mentioned that, but I want to show you how to actually synchronize your move to be able to make your combo work with an ultimate at the same time. Actually, right now my ultimate I got it set as gigantic. It's a gigantic slam. Gigantic Slam is the one that actually makes Broly go up in the air in a ball of energy and then slam the opponent down. So that's the one that he does in real time. That's not it's the one that's not the animation. So let's go ahead and actually do this one real quick. You guys see what I did right there? I did the full combo, did back score triangle to cancel it out. And as soon as I canceled out the back score triangle, I press down circle to transform. Then I press up circle to do my ultimate, and it catches the opponent and it hits him. So let's show you again. So right there, I did almost 2 full lines of damage. So what you do is you do the back score triangle, cancel, and as soon as you cancel, you press down circle to transform, which flinches the enemy and makes him go a little bit higher in the air, giving you enough time to do your ultimate, and your ultimate will put them a little bit airborne and slam them down in the ground to do an additional like 1000+ damage. So it does like almost 2 full lines of damage. Just that full thing right there, even if you don't do the full combo. So that's a pretty easy way to get some decent damage with Broly. So now let's go ahead and show you whenever it comes to doing infinites. So whenever it comes to Broly, he has 2 main infinites you want to focus on. He has square triangle, 3 squares, 1 triangle. I personally don't like to do this one too much because the other one is just so much better and it has a lot more of a purpose. So his main cancel, this one is an infinite. So let's show you first real quick before I go to the second one. This is the one I like. So that is the first infinite that he has, square, triangle. This one, like I mentioned, is one that I mainly do not use a lot because I prefer the other one that I'm about to show you. Square triangle is his main cancel that you would use for everything. This cancels so fast that I will actually provide a few videos in the description where showing fights where I use Broly, so you guys can see exactly what I mean about using this cancel and making it one of the best. It cancels so fast, the attack animation and the cancel frame of this cancel is so quick and short that he has like a very likely chance of catching the opponent whenever they teleport. So square triangle, that's all it is. Square triangle, square triangle, square triangle, square triangle, square triangle, cancel, square triangle, cancel. Now, you can see me doing it right there, but you're probably thinking, oh, that's not fast enough to do an infinite, so let's try it out. As you guys can see, that's not fast enough to do an infinite. I almost got him right there a little bit higher. Now, let me show you a little bit faster speed. Let's go ahead and get up. You guys can see it right there. He got tired. If you do a little bit faster, it'll go like that. So, I mean, there's something that you really gotta get used to. I don't know if you guys can see that I'm canceling right there, but that's pretty much what it is. Sometimes if you're like if you're not used to doing this cancel a lot, then you might get confused by pressing triangle too many times or pressing square at the wrong moment or something. But once you get used to doing it, which I'm pretty used to doing it, I'm just like messing up right now with this PS4 controller. Actually, Broly's probably one of the characters I have not played much with since I started using this PS4 controller. So my timing with this different field controller is a little bit off, but it's enough to show you guys exactly what I mean. So this is the main infinite that he has. If you do it really fast, I probably can't do it this fast with this. There's also a 30 millisecond delay when you're playing on an emulator, something I haven't mentioned before. I'm playing on an emulator, and there's a 30 millisecond delay, which you might not think is a lot, but 30 milliseconds when you're doing a fast cancel such as Broly, if you're trying to make it go really fast, that 30 milliseconds makes a huge difference in the world, especially when you're doing fast canceling. Every millisecond counts. Let's go ahead and put them real quick. Yeah. There you go. Alright, so let's try to do a few things all together in one. Alright, let's try this again. I clicked the triangle a little bit too quick at the end. Supposed to press 3 squares and 1 triangle. Alright, let's do this way. Alright, get up. Let's see. There we go. You actually got to do a little bit quicker if you want to get it to connect with the other one. Alright, let's do this from the front. You guys saw what I did there, right? I actually did go ahead and sidestepped on the opponent. When you got them flinch with a move like a regular triangle, you can press down square or down guard, and actually get behind them and continue to do your combo from there. Like I mentioned, since Broly has the gigantic press, which actually goes ahead and does more damage on the back. I usually like doing more damage on the back. Broly's one of the characters that get the most bonus from doing more damage on the back because he's like a beast. He's a grappler. He's a character that's made for physical damage. So let's go ahead and actually try these things out in a cool, real fight real quick. I haven't really used Broly in a fight in a while. Playing PyCon. Playing PyCon might not be the best idea. Alright, let's try this. You PyCon on that part already. Oh, he almost got me right there. So right there, you guys saw that, right? In my full combo string, which was completely uninterrupted, I performed the infinites, followed by the move, followed by the ultimate once I got him down in the floor, and all that did 4,400 damage, which adds up to four lines, almost 4 lines and a half of damage. So this is the kind of thing that is possible if you play with Broly. And before I end the tutorial, I want to go ahead and show you guys a neat thing. As I mentioned before, if you guys have ever seen my tutorials, you cannot do the same thing twice in the same combo. So if you press triangle, triangle, triangle like this, and then you press this one, so if you do triangle, triangle, square, square, and you press triangle, triangle, triangle right after, they won't work. You cannot press the same hit string in the same combo twice. So a cool thing that I want to show is, if you're playing with Broly and you do a heavy slam from the opponent's rear like this, both triangles can connect, and the reason being is that when Broly does a heavy slam from the back, the heavy slam pushes the opponent away. So the first 2 hits of the triangle do not connect. But whenever you do a triangle, triangle, square, square a second time, they do connect. So you're actually able to get an extra 2 hits out of it if you hit the opponent from the back. As far as let's get this guy tired so I can show you guys one more time. So as you guys can see, the first 2 kicks of the regular KKKK, regular 4 kicks, do not connect because when I push the opponent too far away from a heavy slam, they do not touch the opponent, and only the last 2 of the 4 kicks do connect, which allows me to connect my first 2 kicks of the regular triangle, triangle, square, square, square. So that's just a neat trick that you guys should keep in mind. It actually allows you to do a little bit longer combos in the ground, especially if you're doing it from the rear and you have just finished a heavy slam on the opponent. I think that is all for the tutorial. Like I said, if you have any other questions or something, or you want to see more of what I performed here in action, you can check the videos in the description. You know, there's some fights there that will display everything I have showed here and everything I've presented in the video. So thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for listening, and I will probably, like I said in the beginning, bring you guys some more tutorials near in the future. So I guess that is all. Hopefully you enjoyed the Broly Madness gameplay and tutorial, and I will catch you guys later.